Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden and 2K packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable Madden and 2K coins on the market. And of course, do not forget to use code Ferdy for 5% off. A link for their website is at the top of the description. And today we have part number 2 of the Zero Chill tier list. Today we are going to add all of the Zero Chill part 2 cards to the Zero Chill part 1 cards. And real quick, before we get started, there was a little bit of movement on this tier list, like Mike Williams and LaDainian Tomlinson both being elevated up to S tier. Mike Williams was moved up because of his +1 speed boost, while LaDainian Tomlinson was moved up because the card plays so much better than I thought he was going to. So both LT and Mike Williams up to S tier. We also did move over Mike Evans over TJ Watt, and we also do have a bunch of the brand new stocking stuffers like Jamel Dean. We have Laken Tomlinson, Miles Hartfield. We have Martin Emerson, Troy Hill, and also the brand new House Rules DK Metcalf. This card, a little bit of a disappointment because he could have been a lot better, but does get 1 AP pick artist and is 6'3", so I think as a slot corner he'll be okay, but outside of that, really not much use for this card. Okay, so let's get started with the stocking stuffer Christian Kirk. And this card isn't going to be ranked that high on today's tier list, but if you are looking for a slot receiver, Christian Kirk is a really good option, whether you're doing like a Zero Chill champion set and get a choice of one of these stocking stuffers B and D. If you're looking for a slot receiver, Christian Kirk is amazing. 1 AP short in, as well as 1 AP slot apprentice on this card. So for just 2 AP, you have a super complete slot receiver. Also does hit that short route running threshold. His size and his speed, it's okay. 92 speed's pretty good, especially with short in and slot apprentice. So you kind of pair all the abilities with Christian Kirk as a slot receiver. This card's amazing. On the outside, is he going to be an ad catch demon, a do-it-all kind of guy like an Art Monk? No, but in the slot, if that's what you're looking for, Christian Kirk is the best of the best, and I think C tier fits him well, but just don't overlook this card because he's really good in the slot. And next man up is a budget user. He is going to get Atlanta and Seattle team chems, but it's Ryan Neal. 6'3" with 93 acceleration and 92 speed with 90 hit power, 91 pursuit, even some pretty good zone coverage and also good tackling. I think this card can be a really good user because where this card lacks is, I guess you could say like zone coverage, but man and play rec. But if you're usering the card, those stats don't matter. All that matters is the speed, the size, the acceleration, which this card checks off all those boxes. So Ryan Neal, a really good budget user, theme team or not. If you have one of his theme teams, congratulations. Atlanta or Seattle, he's going to be great for you. But even not on a theme team, Ryan Neal as a user is super top tier for the budget guys. Before we get into our next card, I have to remind you to hit that subscribe button. I post daily Madden 23 content, from gameplays to tier list, I rate your team's episodes, just your one-stop shop for all of your Madden 23 content. We're on the long road to 50,000 subscribers, and I of course need your help to reach this goal. Regardless, I do appreciate you watching today's tier list, and I hope you do enjoy the rest of the video. So next up, we have the stocking stuffer Jerry Jeudy. And looking at this card, it has made me reconsider a card that we've actually already ranked on today's video, and that is Christian Kirk. This Jerry Jeudy card is definitely solid. 6'1", 3 thresholds. He's going to be good after the catch. It's a Jerry Jeudy card. I can guarantee you that he'll have over 90 juke. A 1 AP outside, 1 AP short out. So pretty decent abilities. But I really do think Jerry Jeudy, I was originally going to have him as the best stocking stuffer receiver that's coming out today. But I think I am going to actually move up Christian Kirk. I'm going to put Christian Kirk up here with the Deion Sanders card. And I'm going to put Jerry Jeudy behind Christian Kirk. And let's actually head back here. I just want to look at that Deion card one more time. This Deion wide receiver is Deion Sanders. But, I mean, yes, short out, 2 AP evasive, 3 AP route tech, 1 AP deep out. But I don't know. I think there might be a real debate for Christian Kirk, even over this Deion Sanders card. I guess it could be the after the catch that Deion has. But really, slot archetype, 1 AP short in with 1 AP slot apprentice. In the slot, this card is going to be a monster. He's going to be an absolute monster for a 92 overall stocking stuffer. I think I am going to put Christian Kirk over Deion Sanders. So a pretty big glow up for Christian Kirk. I think I definitely saw clearly here. I wasn't seeing clearly when I had him at high C tier, but yes, I think this is right. Because short in is so valuable with slot apprentice. It's so valuable. So yeah, Christian Kirk, I'm going to put him at high B tier. And we're also going to put Jerry Jeudy at mid to high B tier. Okay, so now we are into our 95 overalls, and let's get started here with the LTD Alex Cappa. Does get Tampa Bay Cincinnati chems. He is, yes, the LTD. And this card, I wouldn't be surprised if they change some of his abilities. Doesn't get a 0 AP ability, which for a 95 overall LTD, you would probably expect that. But Alex Cappa, it could be maybe a rental for you. Maybe. This card's going to be solid, but just a bit of a letdown for an LTD, especially after the LTDs that we had in the first part. I love Dexter Lawrence, and I love, of course, Mike Williams' card. I feel like Kappa's kind of a letdown. Unless we get like a 0 AP post-up or some kind of 0 AP ability, I think I actually might put Cappa behind Mailata, because Mailata is a 1 AP edge protector, which I honestly would probably value over Alex Cappa and his abilities. Yeah, let's go with that. Alex Cappa, low A tier. So now we have the zone corner Desmond King, our other LTD. Yes, the stats look pretty good to me. 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 96 zone coverage, 92 man, 95 press. The stats look good. However, there is a problem. That's the fact that he is 5'10", which is not the end of the world. It's definitely not the end of the world, because you have knockouts, and knockouts do work. Doesn't matter if you're 6 foot, you're still going to get dunked on in this game, especially with the lack of tall corners that hopefully will change soon. But yeah, Desmond King, a little bit small, and really doesn't get any KO abilities discounted either, which also hurts this card. So Desmond King, you need to run knockouts on him, but the problem is, like, having pick artist, it means nothing. He's 5'10", going up against 6'4", 6'5" guys, maybe even 6'8" guys. So yeah, pick artist 1 AP literally does nothing. What we needed here was either route KOs or more discounted zone KOs like deep zone or something like that. So Desmond King, they could always change his abilities, but they cannot change his height. So I think regardless, he is going to be an A tier card. And I think I am going to put him in line with Alex Cappa. Honestly, these two are pretty interchangeable as LTDs that they're going to play okay, but nothing special. Nothing special at all. So now we have the Zero Chill champion, Deebo Samuel. It definitely would have been cool to have seen this card have been a running back, because it felt like all of the cards were going to be out of position for these champions, but we have wide receiver Deebo Samuel. This card is going to play solid. Is he anything special? Not really. He is our first and only playmaker wide receiver right now, which could be cool if you do want to use that ability, but pretty decent abilities. Does get 0 AP short out, which is pretty cool. But stat-wise, this card, good route running, good speed at 94. He is also, I can guarantee you, going to be super nasty after the catch as far as, juke and break tackle and stiff arm and trucking and strength, all that stuff. This card's going to play pretty well. But again, we've seen, 6'1+ guys with the same speed and route running and better abilities in this game already. So for that reason, Deebo Samuel is going to be at around the TJ Watt range at mid to high A tier. For our next champion, we have a card that we've never seen before in Ultimate Team, and that is an out-of-position tight end Taysom Hill. Just makes me so happy to see EA getting creative and making new cards, thinking of new content. But all jokes aside, this out-of-position tight end Taysom Hill is actually probably one of the better ones we've seen just because of these abilities. I mean, 0 AP short in on this card, 1 AP red zone threat, 1 AP tight end apprentice. You can run deep out, probably the worst of all the abilities on this card, because you have, there's better ag catch guys in the game that you could use that also get this ability for cheaper. But if you are able to run 1 AP red zone threat with 0 AP short in, this card is going to be insane. And even just having short in 0 AP by itself is insane on this card. He's now tied for the fastest tight end in the game. He could really just play slot receiver. I'm sure they're going to give him some throwing stats as well, although you're not going to be able to really use them. But great short route running, good catching, over 90 and all the important stats, good strength, decent run blocking. This card's going to play super well, and I do think, without question, that Taysom Hill is an S tier 0 chill card. Great stats, great abilities, and his cards always play well. They always do. So now we have the out of position this year, a cornerback Calvin Johnson. They tried switching it up a little bit on us. However, I do think this Calvin card is still going to be better at safety / over the top. I mean, you could play him in the slot if you need to. Calvin cards are always pretty glitchy, but I think this card is going to be better as like a free safety or a strong safety, mainly because of the height and also the agility. Agility does play a part in how a card's going to guard in man coverage or match coverage. So having this agility at an 88, it's not that great. It's not that great. The card is definitely going to feel a little bit clunky, but I think over the top, this card's going to play great. Does get good over the top abilities as well with deep route KO if you want to play man with him or if you want to play zone with him. Also does get deep out zone KO and 0 AP pick artist on this card. And pick artist does matter on this card, unlike a card like Desmond King, who's 5'10". Calvin is 6'5", so you actually are going to get use out of pick artist, and this really should prevent a lot of agging. It really should. Like a 6'5" DB with 0 AP pick artist and also KOs, this is really gonna hurt the ag catch meta. It really is. So I think this card is definitely one you want to have out there. If someone is ag catching you, just kind of put him on that guy and he should be eliminated, because you're at least gonna have pick artist and or deep route or deep zone KO. So this card's gonna play well, but I think he's gonna play a lot better at safety instead of cornerback, like his card kind of suggests. So Calvin, we are gonna throw him. I'm gonna throw Calvin up here. I'm gonna throw him up in front of Sean Taylor. I think this card is gonna have a pretty big impact in the meta. And finally, last but not least, we have the out of position strong safety Ted Hendricks. And I really do think this card is going to be the best card that is coming out in this zero chill drop, better than Calvin. This card does have one pretty glaring hole, and that is the 71 man coverage, but everywhere else he's gonna be perfect. Whether you want to play him over the top as a zone coverage guy, or if you want to user him, which he's gonna be amazing as a user, because he's not gonna animate like this card did. He's gonna animate like a safety does, and he's 6'7", 220 with these just ridiculous stats. Also does get some pretty decent abilities. Tip drill 0 AP. Okay, it is what it is. Mid zone KO, which is gonna be good for a user. And then this one right here is kind of interesting, because has 71 man coverage, and deep route KO is a man coverage ability, and he does get it. So deep route KO 1 AP, which is gonna be good for the knockouts if you do get caught in a scenario where you have Ted Hendricks playing man coverage down the field. He has the KO, and also he's 6'7", so can jump with that guy as well. It's gonna be very interesting to see how these tall DBs like Ted Hendricks and Calvin Johnson kind of react and play with these other tall receivers that we have right now. It's definitely going to be a super interesting clash over the top. I'm definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, Ted Hendricks in front of Calvin Johnson, our top 5 zero chill cards after 2 parts of the zero chill promo. Ted Hendricks number 1, Calvin Johnson number 2, Sean Taylor number 3, Mike Williams number 4, and then I would say like LaDainian Tomlinson, Taysom Hill interchanged for that number 5 spot. So drop a comment down below. What would you change? Who's too high? Who's too low? Let me know down in the comment section. And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.